You were taught that power meant control, that success required sacrifice, that if you just pushed harder, showed up stronger, outworked everyone, you'd finally feel safe, respected, fulfilled. But no one told you the cost. No one warned you that living in that energy, that hyper-masculine drive, would slowly disconnect you from yourself. That it would leave you exhausted, numb, disconnected from your body, questioning your identity. Masculine energy is not the enemy. It's purposeful. It's powerful. It's sacred. But when it becomes your only way of leading, especially as a woman, it creates a spiritual imbalance. It suppresses your softness. It dulls your intuition. It cuts you off from your body's wisdom. And over time, it burns you out. Most high-achieving women today are operating from a masculine blueprint. Productivity over presence. Logic over emotion. Hustle over rhythm. Control over surrender. We didn't choose this out of alignment. We chose it for survival. Because we learned to lead like men. Because that's what leadership looked like. And we're good at it. Too good. But here's the truth. You were never meant to lead like this. You have a completely different energetic system. One that thrives not on domination, but on integration. Feminine energy isn't weak. It's electric. It's expansive. It is magnetic. It is the source of creativity, emotional intelligence, and deep, intuitive resonance. But when you suppress it just to survive in male-modeled spaces, you don't just lose yourself. You lose your power. Because your real power was never in the performance. It was always in the presence. The feminine doesn't chase. It attracts. It doesn't force. It flows. It doesn't hustle. It aligns. Imagine leading from that space. What would shift? How would it feel? What if your career didn't have to cost you your nervous system, your relationships, your sense of self? What if there's another way to lead? One that doesn't require you to abandon your essence. Real leadership isn't masculine or feminine. It's integrated. It knows when to act and when to listen, when to initiate and when to allow, when to speak with fire and when to soften into stillness. That's where your genius lives. Right there. In that balance. The problem isn't that you have masculine energy. The problem is that your feminine energy was never given permission to rise. You were told softness is weakness. Intuition is silly. Emotion is unprofessional. So you shut it down, piece by piece, until the only thing left was performance. But now you feel the cost, the fatigue, the disconnection, the dull ache of pretending. You're asking yourself, is this really who I am? And the answer is no. It's not. It's who you became to survive in a world that wasn't built for your energy. The feminine executive doesn't apologize for her softness. She lets it lead. She trusts her body. She honors her cycle. She builds empires without abandoning her emotions. She is not less powerful. She is more powerful because she is aligned. This is the awakening of a new leadership model. Not one that pits masculine against feminine, but one that brings them together, where logic and intuition share the room, where softness is strategy, where wholeness is the metric. And it starts with you, remembering who you were before you were told who to be. You don't have to give up your ambition. You don't have to quit your job. You don't even have to change your title. But you do need to make space for the parts of you that have been suffocating under success. Your feminine is not fragile. She's just been exiled. And she's ready to come home. Let this be the moment you stop hustling like a man and start leading like a woman. Let this be the moment you return to the source of your true power. Soft, strategic, soulful. You don't have to fight to be seen anymore. You just have to be. You were never meant to fit into the system. You were meant to change it. And it starts now, with a return to your own energy. Lead like a woman. That's where the revolution begins. This message stirred something deep inside you. That's not coincidence. That's remembrance. You're not too soft. You're not too emotional. You're not too much. You're finally aligned. This is what real leadership feels like. Subscribe now for more soul-led strategy every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where ambition meets alignment, and women reclaim the power they never lost. You don't need a new title. You need a new energy. Let's rebuild the model, one aligned woman at a time.